हेलो. हाय योगेश.
गुड इव्हनिंग.
गुड इव्हनिंग. गुड इव्हनिंग.
कोण कोण आले?
शशिकांत शेट्टी आला.
शशिकांत दीपक चौधरी आले. त्यांना जरा व्हिडिओ कसा दाखवायचा तेवढं गाईड करा, तर मी बाकीच्यांना गाईड करतो.
ओके. हा, गुड इव्हनिंग.
दीपक चौधरी आले. दीपक, एक मिनिट, मी बोलतो एक त्यांच्याशी.
चौधरी सर. राजूरकर, राम राम.
बंद असेल बघतो मी.
नमस्कार.
नमस्ते. बार्शी गँग येते बाबा लवकर.
मग शक्य असेल त्यावेळेस येणार आहेत.
काय म्हणतोय अक्षय?
दीपक शशिकांत विल गाईड यू फॉर व्हिडिओ कसा दाखवायचा, शेअर कसा करायचा ते. इन द मीन मी बाकीच्यांना गाईड करतोय. कोणा शशिकांत
ओके, stay online. I'm trying to share the screen.
काही अडचण असेल तर शशिकांत गाईड करेल, तर मी बाकीच्यांना हेल्प करतोय.
ओके.
ठीक आहे.
ठीक.
शशिकांत प्लीज.
व्हिडिओ
कसा शेअर करायचं सांग. व्हिडिओ कसा शेअर करायचं सांग.
ओके. तुम्ही लॅपटॉप वरती आहात की मोबाईल वरती?
लॅपटॉप वरती आहे.
हा, मग लॅपटॉप वरती तुम्ही तुमचा व्हिडिओ जो आहे ना तो आधी चालू करा.
ओके, आय हॅव डन. यू कॅन सी मी.
ओके. आणि तुमच्या झूमच्या स्क्रीन वरती आता.
ओके.
झूमच्या स्क्रीन वरती आल्यानंतर स्क्रीन वरती क्लिक केलं ना तर खालती बॉटमला वेगळे वेगळे मेनू येतील.
शेअर स्क्रीन आले.
हा, शेअर स्क्रीन वरती क्लिक करा.
ओके.
शेअर स्क्रीन वरती आल्यानंतर मग तुम्हाला वेगळे वेगळे विंडोज दिसतील तिथे. तुमचं स्क्रीन व्हाईट बोर्ड.
येस.
हा, डेस्कटॉप क्लिक करा.
डेस्कटॉप. ओके.
आता ते शेअर होते. झालं शेअर. आता शेअर झालंय तुमची.
ओके.
पण तुम्ही तुमचा व्हिडिओ चालू केलेला नव्हता, कारण तो व्हिडिओ दिसत नाहीये.
ओके.
पण तुम्ही चालू करू शकता. बघा तुम्ही कुठला व्हिडिओ आहे, कुठे आहे.
बघून घ्या. जस्ट ट्राय वन्स.
या.
चालू झाला.
ओके. यू कॅन सी.
येस.
सो दीपक, यू आर थ्रू.
या. ओके.
So Tuesday you are on the go. ठीक आहे.
येस.
ओके. नाउ म्हैसाळे सर पण जॉईन झालेले आहेत.
ओके.
लेट्स वेट फॉर 2-3 minutes. We introduce and go ahead.
एक मिनिट योगेश. सर, चौधरी सर, तुम्ही तुमचा स्क्रीन जो आहे ना,
आय वॉन्ट टू डिस्कनेक्ट.
स्टॉप शेअर. हा, ओके, ठीक आहे, झालं.
Done it.
गुड इव्हनिंग सर. म्हैसाळे सर, गुड इव्हनिंग. हाय, हाऊ आर यू?
Good evening.
Yeah, we can start straight. Yeah.
म्हैसाळे सरांचं आपलं ते व्हिडिओ नाही चालू झालेलं.
चालू होईल.
Not, yeah.
नाही, चालू नाहीये.
I'll ask him to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
प्रदीप टापरे, गुड इव्हनिंग. हा, चालू झाला.
Okay now.
या. ओके.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi Shashi.
Anyway, I'll just start some of the disciplines that we need to follow. Other than speakers, I would request everyone to be on mute because then it creates a lot of disturbance to others. Knowingly, unknowingly, some of the things from home gets exposed for no reason, so which makes a little embarrassing situation for many. Some of the good speakers, when they are on the talk, because of disturbance, we lose out some of the good information. So request again everyone to be on mute. Regarding today's introduction, Mahisari sir requires no introduction. He's been having his session on a second time now. He has done his one of the presentations on a very good topic of leadership innovation, leadership quotient some days back. Today he comes from 1969 batch, retired as Major General from Army, and then doing quite good service to many other corporate world. And he's always ready to help any Ajinkyans as far as these training sessions are concerned, and any other guidance that Ajinkyans require. So I think this small introduction would make quite a good sense. Then we have a second speaker also, Samir Dalal. Everyone knows about him. He is an IT wizard and wizard in even Jyotish Shastra as well. he will have a session after Maisara sir session is over. So I think we have 2-3 minutes to go. Many have joined. Today we have a guest from Bangalore also, Mutekatte sir. So I think we will have a very great session today. He was little upset with me some days back. So my apologies for that.
Yogesh is my batchmate. He's my batchmate. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And he has also promised that he will be also contributing some for the betterment of our Ajinkyans by some session, which is, I think, sure he's preparing. So I think let's hand it over to Maisara sir for the valuable session that he's going to give it to us. Sir, over to you, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Yogesh. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. It is wonderful to be back with you again. My topic, although it is extremely vast, I'll try to do some justice to it. It's a topic about innovation quotient. So I'm not going to go to any corporate cases as such, except for quoting some instances. They rightly say either innovate or perish. And so much so, Steve Jobs said, the only difference between the laggard and the winner is the innovation. I'm going to some history as far as the Apple is concerned. You will agree that the most innovative company in the world as of today is Apple, and that too because of one gentleman who would be easily the greatest innovator of the current century, is Steve Jobs. He was thrown out of Apple in the year 1985. 1997, he came back to Apple. At that point in time, the sales had dropped from $11 billion to about $7 billion. There was a loss. The company was on the verge of collapse. And they requested him, come over and take up the company. So he came here, and guess what? He was forced to take an investment of $150 million from his veterinary or nemesis, that is Bill Gates, and also giving the permission to release the Microsoft Office for next 5 years for his Macintosh computers. Such was the helpless condition of Apple. The turnover just $7 billion. Okay, 2001, he released the first version of his iPod. And that was, it bombed, it didn't do very well. 2 years he did extreme. He worked on that in the sense he formed the iTunes stores he purchased, put all the digital songs there, digital music there. He got the applications developed for the compression of data, downloading. He improved the metallurgy and the aesthetic looks of the iPod container. And 2004, he released the product. And what happened? It was a runaway success. And by 2010, company which was sick at one point in time became the most valuable company of Wall Street, surpassing even the Microsoft, with a turnover of $65 billion. And in 2019, the turnover has been $260 billion. So that is a jump of 36 times in a matter of just 16 years. But dear friends, I'm telling you this, that is the power of innovation. And one particular gentleman responsible for it is Steve Jobs, with a very, very high innovation quotient. So that is the importance I wanted to give you as far as the innovation quotient is concerned. Now, what exactly is innovation? Anything new, anything novel, either a product or a process, that is called innovation. Anything new from the existing resources. It doesn't need any new resources. For example, we have a product like an electrical vehicle. That is an innovation product. Process. See, a person like Narayan Murthy in Infosys, he built his fortune on that just process re-engineering. Process, for example, answering a query for the complete industry of BPO, business process organization, that went. Online banking, that is the services. Then we have the business model, like home delivery, that's the business model. Online sales, that is business model. In physical sales, that is a different business model. Delivery channel, like what we have nowadays, that is home delivery, okay, or at the stores itself. Then we have the thought process. We have a concept, many of you understand this, fortune at the bottom of pyramid. That is a book which was written by C.K. Prahlad. He said the fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. The classic case is that is of the mobile phones. That is 95% of the traffic comes from the 95% of the bottom people. They are the contributors. So this process or this thought process gave the boom in the mobile industry. That became the innovation trigger. So as on today, you can see India has the second highest mobile penetration in the world just because of that innovation trigger thought process. Now, any innovation stems from one word, that is the creativity. What is creativity? Creativity is thinking something new, something novel, which is going to change our life. How and what are the ingredients of creativity? There are 5 ingredients. First is questioning. You must have seen Newton sitting in the garden, noticing the apple coming down, and he started questioning why it happened. What made it happen? When should it happen? All those questions. There are 7 questions, gentlemen. That is why, when, whom, where, what, and how much. The W5H2. You ask that, you get any explanation of a particular phenomenon or a point. Then also observation. You see, the Velcro, we very nicely put it on our garments or the apparel nowadays, but the Velcro was innovated or invented by George Mestral in Sweden. When he was going in the fur coat, because that is the cold countries, along with the dog which has a lot of fur on it, he came back and he saw these lot of cocklebur spurs sticking onto its fur as well as the coat. He investigated it and came out with the patent for the Velcro. That is the Velcro we wear nowadays. See the fortune he minted in that. That is the observing. Then experimenting. The best example I can give about experimenting is that of Thomas Edison. 1,000 times he experimented with a bulb and ultimately came with the innovation of incandescent filament lamp. The biggest gift to the world. Next is the networking. You see all these guys, Tata, Infosys, and Mahindra, they form their network. That is the Tata Innovus, Mahindra Rise, Infiat has its own. What they do, all these guys, they come together and discuss their innovations. So it fine-tunes it. So in networking, what you do is, you get the perspectives about your product, the perceptions of others into that product, how do they view it from expert A, expert B, expert C, expert D, and try to find the product. So that is how we get the product. Lastly is the association that involves thinking. Association in the sense it's connecting the dots, 3, 4 dots, okay? Steve Jobs was stuck for inventing a switch for his iPod. So he went to Japan and he was a very avid traveler. He went to India as well. He came to India as well as a monk, incidentally. That's a different story altogether. So he went to Japan and he's very fond of technology. He went around and saw a switch, an electric switch for Matsushita rice cooker. And then he said, hey, that is where I got the solution. That is the association. You're connecting the dots. So that is 5 points the creativity has: the questioning, the first one, then is observing, experimenting, networking, and the last one is association. Okay, so any person with good innovation quotient got to have the creativity at its highest point or reasonably high. Now I'm coming to the attributes what an innovator should have. It's a very big topic. I'll try to complete another 15-20 minutes. That's all the time I have. First is a dreaming. You got to dream big. Friends, you got to dream big. Look at that. Robert Kennedy in the 1963, he says, by the end of this decade, my American will land on the moon. Right? Bill Gates said, come, let all the personal computers come. All of them will be fired by my operating system, which I'm going to develop. What does Bill Gates say? 1,000 songs in the pocket, any song 3 clicks away. See, that's a vision, long-term vision, the dream. And his dream only kept on soaring higher and higher and higher. For example, the tablet, iPad you're talking about, even you read Bill Gates' book. He said, I have got two regrets. One is, of course, he didn't invent the Uber. Another, he came up with the idea of tablet. Steve Jobs got it. Bill Gates just let it remain there. And billions of dollars Apple got out of the tablet. Today, anyone's aspiration is the iPod, iPad, and iPhone, or iPad and iPhone. That's what it is. So that is dreaming. Then we have the case of Facebook. Zuckerberg, what does it say? Let all these guys get connected intimately on a particular book, on a particular group. That's what the vision is. That's what the dream is. When you dream, your innovation or your ambition gets realized. Now, how do you dream big? First, what you do is you visualize what you want to be. Some of you want to be computer scientists. Some of you want to be, say, genetic engineers. Some of you want to be astronauts. Okay, good. Good to have dreams. Write it down. And write down in what steps would you like to go. Researchers said that 42% of the people who write down their dreams are likely to succeed. So write their dreams down. Then consult the good people, take the feedback, but keep the negativity off there. Consult the right people. Hey, here is a nahi hoga. There is a kya hoga. Please don't consult such people. So have the source of people whom you are going to get the feedback from or the tips from. For example, you're going to go to Antarctica, you want to go to Antarctica, or you want to have an invention in medicine. Would you like to go and consult the laborer? Would you like to go and consult the farmer? No. You like to consult the doctor itself. So have the proper guy to be consulted. Then surround yourself with positives. Gentlemen, innovation is all about positivity. You think positive, ye mere se hoga, that self-belief will get you innovation. So what do you do in that? You have lots of personalities. You have lots of good books. You have a lot of autobiographies. Go through that. I'll give a small example. Helen Keller, at the age of 19 months, she became deaf and dumb. What do you do? Hey, there's disaster. But this writer, one of the famous writers of America at that point in time, at the age of 53, she had 21 books to her credit, and all of them one of the bestsellers. So that is what you do when you surround yourself with total positives. So that is the dreams. This is how you formulate the dream. Second is your self-belief. Whom else? But I'll give you the example of Titan. 1994, Jagdish Desai, who was the boss of Titan those point in time, he gave it to his team the task, the thinnest submersible quads watch in the world. Guys, you have to design and manufacture. They went to Switzerland, because Switzerland is all watches. They had a laugh at what we are talking. It's not feasible. But the Titan team said, we can. That's self-belief. We can. If nobody else, we can. That is the self-belief. So if you have the self-belief, any innovator is going to succeed. It's a must. Self-belief is always a must. Second is, who else but Steve Jobs himself. He was thrown out of Apple in 1985. What did he do? He went and founded NEXT. That is another computer company. He went to Pixar, became a CCO. And what is Pixar? They are the ones, you see all that Mickey Mouse and all those, Mickey and Donald, all those cartoons which Walt Disney shows you. That is all done by Pixar. Until his death, Steve Jobs prided himself as the CEO of Pixar, not of Apple. That's the beauty of the man. He always had the self-belief. If not this, okay, friends, we're there. The self-belief.
Samir Dadalchi Zoom meeting.
Hello. Yeah. You arouse your inner self. Let your insight awaken you. The self-belief, I'm capable of doing this. Acquire the skills for that. You want to become a computer engineer, you got to have it. Both the gentlemen, Bill Gates as well as Steve Jobs, please go through their biography right from the age of 10, 11, 12. They're computer nerds, electronics nerds. That's how you achieve your dreams. And that is how you get this self-belief. Yeah, मैं कर सकता हूँ. Because you know the inside nuances of it, nuts bolts of it, then accept failure. You want to have the self-belief, you got to have the capability to accept failure as well. Because innovation is inherently starts with the failure, right? The second quality, third quality apart from self-belief, you got to have is taking risk. Innovation is all risks. Gentlemen know that very well. The success rate of any startup, because startup is the highest can I have a silence, please? Startup is the highest form of innovation in the current world, ladies and gentlemen, the dear friends. Today, what California is only because of startup. We have 2 companies in India, 3 companies which are the biggest startups. First is Infosys, second is Airtel, and third is Biocon, Kiran Majumdar Shaw. I'm very proud of her as an innovator, incidentally, my dear friends. Please go through their biographies. Right. So, that is why you got to take risk. An innovator has to take risk. There is no risk, there is no gain. You got to explore. You got to experiment. What happened? Columbus, he went in the sea, went and discovered America. He took the risk. A lot of revolts, lots of problems en route. He kept on persisting along, went along. Same thing with Vasco da Gama. Same thing with Wright brothers. Look at that. 46 disasters or the accidents. 47 times they succeeded in inventing the aircraft. So this is all experimenting, taking risk. That's all part of innovation. And any innovator has to take risk. Incidentally, the rate of startups not more than 10%, which means innovation just about 10% risk. But that 10% gives a mountain size of gains compared to the losses by the other 90%. That's the beauty of innovation. Right from the first, right from the human being, right from the fire, arrows, agriculture, the steam engines, we're all going along the innovation. And everybody has taken risk, experimented, and then has come out on the top. And if you want to experiment, trust your inner self. Trust your resilience. My body can withstand this much of pressure. I'm mentally quite robust to take this risk and take the experiment. That kind of trust in your own self and belief you got to have. Then only you'll come out as a winner in the innovation battlefield. Thinking out of the box, extremely importantly. Extremely important. For example, Jeff Bezos, he asked one question. The books are available in the stores. He asked only one question, why not online? That was the start of Amazon. Look at that. What a revolution. Today, all shares are going down on the American Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange, and Amazon is going up because the online delivery is increasing. So you ask that question, think out of the box, and you'll get the solution, which becomes an innovation, which means you have to question the status quo. Why this? Why not that? Why not online? After that, you've got to take a wider perspective. For example, Jeff Bezos never rested by selling the books online. He said, no, I can sell garments on this because the net has got the capability of addressing any atom A, B, C, D. So today, the largest online seller in the world is Amazon. Just because of this, thinking differently, the questioning the status quo, having a wider perspective, and being flexible. The innovator has to be flexible. He can't be rigid. You failed once, start again. Go back, try another route. Rather, they say innovation is fail fast, fail forward. Keep on failing ahead. Rather, don't fail last and fail huge. No, fail cheap, fail fast. Okay. After that, the next is customer focus and empathy. Yeah, ultimately, whom we are doing anything for. Any business, any innovation is only for customers. It is only the customer who's going to do that. When Steve Jobs joined in 1997, he carried out the complete introspection or the complete analysis, assessment of the situation. He said, guys, you lost the customer from sight. The moment you lose the customer focus, you are a big, big, big zero. Apart from that, empathy. Now, how do you have the customer focus? Understand the customer needs always. Try to understand his needs, his dreams, his aspirations, his feelings, his wants, his tasks. For example, I want to do the stock trading on my mobile. So you got to give that feature also to him. I want to see the weather on my mobile. You got to give that feature to him. That need of the customer and innovator got to understand, then only it will become relevant to the needs of the customer. That is what the customer focus is about. Anticipate his hidden needs. Before Steve Jobs gave either iPad or iPod or iPhone, nobody ever articulated in clear terms what should the phone be like. That is, he articulated even the hidden needs. That is where the great innovations have come about. So, articulate the needs and customer value in terms of affordability, it should be cheap. Availability should be available, should be accessible, and it should be reliable. It's what the customer value I want out of the product which I'm going to purchase. Then we got to have the beginner's mind, extremely important. Okay, the other day, Jeff Bezos was giving an interview on the TV. What do you expect from your employees? He said, I want my employees to have the beginner's mind always throughout their service with me. That means in a learner mode. Especially the COVID-19 has brought huge risk for us. That is where we got to get ourselves in the learning mode, in the beginner's mode. Try to learn the new things, how we're going to withstand it. So coming back to it, beginner's mind and curiosity has got to be always there. There are 1,000 things which are there in the nature. Try to learn them. Be inquisitive always. Ask those W5, H2 questions always. Why, whom, when, where, what, when, and how much. Be inquisitive always and be open-minded. Okay, most of the time, no, don't have that attitude. For heaven's sake, have that growth mindset in the sense, I'll try to understand that. I'll try to learn the tricks of the trade. And I'll try to master that and get over it. That is the mindset you got to have. That is the beginner's mind. What does a child do? He keeps on exploring it. He keeps on exploring it. He keeps on playing around with it. And he learns. Keep that curiosity with you always intact, my dear friends, if you really want to do well in the innovation. Passion, there is nothing like passion. See the passion about Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Kennedy, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw. Yeah, look at that. A bright example of our own. Our own Sunil Mittal. What passion to give the mobile services to India. So it's extremely important to keep that passion going. Passion moves mountains. It moves your head. It fires your soul. That's what the passion is really like. That's what the passion is important. And for passion, you should have purpose of life. I want to become a scientist. That is the purpose. And my passion will keep on firing me throughout that journey. That's what passion is. Then the perseverance and determination. Passion means you got to persevere and have that determination. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, 1978, came to Bangalore with a degree in her own field. Okay, she came here and she wanted to take the loan. Nobody was giving her even a loan. Ultimately, Vagul was ICICI boss. He's the one who had pity on her and gave her the loan. But she persisted with it. Today, her turnover of all the three companies, Syngene, Biocon, and one new more, is 4,300 crore rupees. Look at that. That's what the purpose in life is. That's what it drives you to achieve great things in life. Then you got to have a self-motivation. Yeah, you can't. Nobody can motivate. You got to be self-motivated. Your parents can motivate you till a particular extent. Teachers can motivate you till a particular stage. Thereafter, it's your own. It's your own. Look at that. Vijay Sharma. Vijay Singh Sharma. Who's he? He's the founder of Paytm. Demonetization, everybody's crying. He's a guy who immediately found the opportunity, backed it. Okay, self-motivated through self-motivation. And today it is Paytm, which is the boss of online payment as far as India is concerned. Courage and competence, needless to say that, got to have the courage. Okay, it's all positivity. It's all positivity. The innovation is all positivity. The last one I'll touch upon, my dear friends, spotting opportunities. Yeah, look at that. COVID-19, people are already started about spotting opportunities. 6 companies trying to come out with the vaccine for COVID-19. Mahindra & Mahindra, what will I do? I'll repurpose my manufacturing facilities towards the manufacture of ventilators. Kiran Majumdar Shah, what does she say? I'll repurpose my drug manufacturing facility towards the manufacture of drug for COVID-19. Air filters, masks. These are the opportunities whenever there is a challenge. Electric vehicles, how did they come? Because Elon Musk, he made a statement, I want to remove the pollution from the world. How? Through the electric vehicles. So all the challenges give an opportunity for innovation. Then there are a lot of other things. For example, I'll just touch one upon two because there's no time. A lot of things you got to notice. For example, you saw long queues in the bus stop, in the railway station, in the airport, all disappeared. Why? If you can sell the books online, you can also read online. So everybody realized, yes, this is a systemic deficiency. Why not resolve online? So all the queues disappeared. That was a deficiency. See how it gets addressed. Like for example, especially in the manufacturing industry, you're seeing the wet grinding process and the dry grinding process. How was the penicillin discovered? He had 4 trays in which he was testing Alexander Fleming in his lab. He had 4 trays, 1, 2, 3, 4. He kept them just there. Some bacteria to be tasted. He just kept them there. And because of his casual attitude, he just forgot the mold in one of the test tray. And when he came back after 2 weeks, he saw all the 3 test trays had the bacteria developed in them. The mold where it was kept, there's no bacteria there. That is how the penicillin was found. It's just sheer accident. And is that he observed, he questioned, he experimented, all that creativity which go there. And all the challenges, plenty of opportunities for like air filters, air pollution, air filters. So these are all business opportunities, and these are all opportunities for innovation. So many startups have come to tap these opportunities. So my time is up. I wanted to spend a few minutes for you, gentlemen, to take any queries in case you have. It's a very long topic. I had to wind it up in a very short while by giving answers, by giving some examples, so that it becomes a little more clearer to you. Yeah, any questions, please? I'm willing to take now.
Sir, I have one question, sir. Yogesh here.
Yeah, Yogesh.
Though is a little different question. How come
Sure.
fear, hesitation, enviness, and overconfidence are hindrance to this innovation quotient? Can you just guide?
Overconfidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please remember, innovation, you're always struggling with the resources. You're getting the point, Yogesh, you're understanding the point, number one. Number two, always got to see, always got to analyze everything correctly. You can't fail because of overconfidence. That is criminal because you're wasting the resources, the time, the energy, the money. And please remember, an innovator never spends money. It's the money of the investors, right? Like fear, well, fear is always there. Fear, naturally, no risk, no gain. So, I mean, I won't go beyond that. So, these are 2 things which I'd like to touch upon. Yeah. Any other point?
Others, please, any questions?
Yeah. Any questions? I think Sanjay Patil sir has one question for you. I think so.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead. It's a pleasure.
Yes, Sanjay Patil sir.
Yes, sir. I'm Wing Commander Sanjay, sir. I retired 16, close 16 from Air Force. I had to call in retirement. I'm into education field, sir. Working in rural area.
Yeah.
Basically, education is one field, sir, where we are trying to customize a model for rural area sector as such. But sir, financial support is not there from government or any of the government organizations. So, is there any other way of getting funding to rural education, sir? I mean, that is possible for any other side.
That's a great question, dear. That's a great question. I'll tell you now, funding is no problem at all. We have great ventures like Combinator, XY Combinator, Y Combinator we have Axel we have. There's all the global brands which have billions of dollars. Your good name is, I forgot it is?
Wing Commander Sanjay Patil, sir. I took
Sanjay.
voluntary time in 16, sir. Yes.
Sanjay, sorry. In the heat of things, I've got any. Sanjay, what you got to do is you may like to partner with somebody, okay, who's going to do a hand holding. Because these are the aspects.
Okay.
We have a little more time than hand holding, mentoring. These are important aspects. You see, the other day, Ratan Tata called about 15 innovators. He came to Pune and invited young 15 innovators. Right? I want to tell you now. And definitely these are the opportunities you must also tap. And say, guys, please convince me as to why I should invest in your startups. And two of those were the friends of my batchmates. If name is attending, of course, one of two, they are sons of our batchmates only. Okay, two of them are there in that. And they got the funds from Ratan Tata. Because you have to convince these guys. You're getting the point, Sanjay.
Oh, okay.
So your story, what you're going to say, your communication.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm getting it. Yes, sir.
You got to convince the others with the story of yours that it is going.
What I got, yeah, story of yes.
Okay.
Sir,
okay.
Yes.
You guys, my email you can take it from Yogesh. Okay, you can email to me also.
Maisali sir, good evening.
Yes, I'll do that.
Adilkar here.
Yeah.
Adilkar here.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Sir, just want to add for Wing Commander Sanjay Patil. You know, one of my co-mates, our school types, late Colonel Atul Dhuri, his son Aditya, he is running a company, some kind of an NGO, who is into this business of trying to, network between people who need money and the people who are wanting to give money for these kind of CSR activities, etc. So I can pass on his. You may have some kind of a symbiotic relationship with him. He's based out of Pune only. Here, he's based out of Pune.
Okay.
Jayant, I'll just put you there. See, CSR is a different domain altogether. Here, what he wants to say is he wants to go the startup way. You're getting the point. Yogesh, Sanjay, what I can say is, you see, there is one Dr. Anil Gupta from IIM Ahmedabad, and I also know him. He's the in charge of Honeybee. He's in charge of Honeybee. There is a grassroots level innovators, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please note down my email from Yogesh. Okay, we can also
correspond. I'll do that.
Or you can touch me on mobile also. And what can be wanted to very correct, you can also try to the CSR route. Corporate social responsibility. That's a very good one. Okay, that's a very good one. Okay, but what is, Sanjay, there are a lot of startup meetings which are held. Please go and join them. Okay?
Sure.
The investors come there, then they are willing to pour their money there. There's no problem. I'll tell you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So I think so. We have left off just very few seconds for this particular session. So we may let's say get disconnected and we need to rejoin again.
Just give the email of mine. Okay.
Yeah. I'll share it with Sanjay Patil.
We'll do that.
No issue.